Today we're gonna do a live discussion about the new Saberforge Adept release. Shut up! Shut up! Jeez, this guy doesn't want to shut up. So yeah, I wanted to discuss the new Adept Saber with you guys from Saberforge. Now, if I can see if I'm live, that will be freaking awesome. But YouTube does not allow to do that easy. Here we go. We got it. Awesome. Now I need to pop out the chat here. Gosh, I wish I could do this way faster. Hey, how you doing, Basketball Marco? How you doing? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, like always. Appreciate that. So yes, this is a live discussion. We're gonna discuss the new new Saberforge Adept Saber. I wanted to basically discuss with you guys what you think about it, and are you going to pick one up, or is it an easy pass, or maybe a consideration? I already got mine on order. I ordered mine today, and I just want to see what you guys think about it. So hey Nick, hey Senior Growling Bear, I hope you guys are all doing good. And I'm gonna get back to you, Growling Bear, in a second. But yeah, this is the Saberforge Adept Saber, and I basically wanted to discuss that with you guys. So it's a brand new release from Saberforge, their newest Elite Saber, and I'm digging it personally. I'm a big fan of it. I saw it and was like, yes, this is one of those Saberforge Sabers that I do want to pick up and do a good review of. And it looks quite nice. So I want to discuss the details in a second with you guys. But let's start with having the pictures speak for themselves. And can we not make this bigger? Like, is it like supposed to work like this? It's kind of annoying. But it looks really nice, right? So it has a nice chrome finish, highly polished finish of the outer shroud, and it has black anodized undersection. It's cracking. Okay. Let's see if we can fix that. Cracking sound. That ain't good. That ain't good. Is this any better? Is this better? Settings, Yeti. It's good. Is it better now, guys? Is the audio better? Is it worse? Just let me know what you think about the audio. If it's shit, then it's shit. Let's see if you guys have a good or bad response. Let me try it for my iPhone as well. Not yet. Okay, let me try it for my phone. I wanna hear it firsthand. My phone wanna work with me. Maybe we have a technical issue. Might be. Sounds the same. Okay, let me hear myself. Maybe we have a technical issue. Might be. I don't hear a crack. Sounds the same. I don't hear a crack on my end, guys. So maybe it's just YouTube messing around with us. I don't know. Either way, let me go a little bit further away from the microphone. I really wanted to discuss this lightsaber with you guys, because I was looking at it and I thought, well, it's actually not bad. I need to give Saberforge props, because this hilt looks pretty good. It's not a rehash of existing parts they already had, like ASP parts or something like that. It seems to be actual all brand new individual parts, including the pommel and whatnot, and it looks pretty good, actually. So we go to the more pictures, and then I want to get your feedback on this. I don't know why the pictures are so super tiny. That's kind of annoying. Oh, I need to click like this. Okay, so what I can see is that it has either a latching or AV switch that is in this area. This button here is just aesthetics. This won't be able to flip or turn off the saber. So it is just aesthetics. Same for the control section. So it's just purely aesthetics, nothing more. The tin neck is nice and beefy. It's a nice beefy tin neck. So I'm interested in that. I think it's on par with the apprentice lines. Let's say the Chosen, for example. So that's really peculiar and interesting. Yeah, sorry Nick. I don't know what it is. Sorry, I can't hear it. So my predictions about this hilt is that it's gonna be quite a popular hilt. especially with the Star Wars Rebels, the latest season. The current season is doing very well. And this is the all-weather version. I was tempted to get this all-weather version because if you look closely, it looks like that the control box is also anodized in a different way. Let me see if I can show. So you can see the control box has black lines here with silver and the black outlining, and the non-weathered, you see, it's silver with, yeah, I don't know, brass or a slightly lighter color, maybe because it's just lower. So it looks a little bit different. So it's a nice different looking hilt. Like the all-weather version do definitely look different. Now some things are where you can see, like this part here, and here, and here, and here, and here, they cannot weather properly. They're the way how they do the weathering, they cannot get in those basically in those cracks, those parts that are lower laying. So yeah, the red piece is just cosmetic. This was just cosmetic, and I was tempted. Like, well, I was really like, shall I get the all-weathered version, or should I get the regular version? I thought, well, you know what? I just go for the shiny regular version. Normally, I don't like shiny hilts, but I think in this case, it's gonna look pretty nice. And I also suspect this will be the most popular version of this hilt. Versus the all-weathered version. It comes with a nice tri-ring. It seems to be pinched into this block of alloy here. So it's not going all the way through. It has a notch here and a notch here. And then they pinch this this tri-ring like this into the alloy block here. But still nice. It looks like a nice thick tri-ring. So I think it's quite sturdy. You can see the LED unit is housed in this section here. This is the retention screw for the LED unit. So the LED unit is here, and the light shines to this section here. So it's only a little bit of pipeline. This is the only piece where the light has to shine through in this case with this thin neck, because it's quite stubby. So in terms of light loss, there's some brightness loss, but it won't be too bad. Now, I saw some speculations already on the forums, and people said this is a blade plug. And you can see the retention screw here for the blade. So the blade socket is only 1 to 1/2 inch deep. It's very shallow. That is not really great. If you want to do heavy dueling with a blade socket that is only 1 inch deep, it's really not comfortable. And especially because Saberforge, the blades from Saberforge themselves, has a little bit wobble. Like if you move the hilt up and down, even if you tighten the blade, Saberforge blades always have a wobble in their own hilts. So that's why normally I use Vader's Vault blades on my Saberforge sabers, because they don't have that wobble. Because the dimension is slightly thicker of the outer dimension of the blade itself. So this will be a blade plug. And I think that's a nice design. They did it in a nice way. I think that's not bad. It looks like nickel plated as well to me. It's all black. And what I wanted to do is I'm gonna get this one. So I already have one on order. I ordered a.
That's the food.
Hey, I ordered an empty hilt,
No,
and that is for
snacky.
It's for this guy here.
No, what's on snacky?
No snacky.
You just buy it.
It's for this guy. He's gonna get this hilt, and the reason why I wanted him to get this hilt is, oh, you get it later.
Why?
Do you like it?
No.
You don't like it?
No.
Okay, you get one. Okay, so he wants just candy. He's just here for the candy. I got some candies, and he's like, I want candy. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to have this Saberforge hilt is for him. Bite it's very hard, careful. You need to bite it good, No. And the reason why I wanted to give him this hilt was a very specific reason. I will go into that later. It has to do with cosplay, role playing. But I want to have for him the Ashra lightsaber, inexpensive. He's 7 years old. He's not really into lightsabers, so he's gonna toss it around, playing around with it. For myself, as a collectible, I ordered this one from Solo's Hold. This is their version of the Ashra's lightsaber. You already can see some massive differences. So let me see if I can put them side by side. The the Solos Hold has a 7-8 inch blade socket, so it won't take 1-inch blades. It will 7/8 inch blades, I believe, on the Ashra hilt, and the blade actually goes inside this part on this needle, where with Saberforge it's just a blade plug. So you take out this part of the you take it out of the blade socket and then you put in the blade. Where with this one it's actually going all the way around. So this is correct. This is correct how you want to have it on an accurate Ashra lightsaber. You can also see that this button actually will function on the Solos Hold. It will actually flip up and down, which is a big difference. And the control section, you can see here as well, is also very, very different from what Saberforge uses. It uses a quite high, thick control box. So that will be very interesting. It also will have the side hole here for the Graflex pins. The Saberforge version does not even have the side hole to mimic that. Can I show that? No, it does not have that. So it will have some trade-offs, but guys, this is an $150 empty hilt. The Solos Hold is $350 US, so you pay $200 more, but of course you get much more quality. It's a really high-end piece, and that's why I want to keep this hilt that I got, because I only got one from Solos Hold for Ashra. I want to keep that as a shelf queen. I got myself 2 of these Kanan hilts, and one of them will be installed with electronics that will be my carry piece. So I want that saber, this will be my saber, my Kanan saber as my main piece, and then for my son I want to have this Saberforge Saberforge Ashra piece, because it's more affordable. It's a nice saber, it's good for him, it's just perfect. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. Which one you like more, and what reason, which one you're gonna get. Do you gonna get this saber from Saberforge, or the one from Solos Hold, or you're not getting it but you like the one over the other, and let me know why. Of course, don't take only consideration price and who made it. Just also take in consideration other aspects that you think is important. They look quite different. I feel that the Solos Hold looks quite slimmer. Looks slimmer than the from Saberforge. Looks like stubbier and shorter. Especially at the emitter section, because it has a 1-inch emitter. That makes it a lot thicker than with the Solos Hold, as you can see. At least I might believe. And also the grenade section looks quite different. You see, it doesn't have the notched serrations, as you can see here. Let me just grab some pictures from his actual lightsaber. See where you can find it. So I don't know, this is a render by somebody. Excuse me. Is this a good picture? So yeah, you can see one of the things that is on Ashra's lightsaber. You can see that the blade actually comes within that needle, and with Saberforge you actually have to remove that and then pop in a blade. So aesthetically it won't exactly look like the Saberforge, the real one from the Clone Wars, the Star Wars Rebel series, but I think for $150 for an empty hilt, it's not bad. Okay, there's a whole bunch of do-yourself kits from different people that made their own version of it. And this is a good image. This is a good image. So you can see the control section clearly there. It has even a brass. Is it a brass element there? It does look a little bit like a brass element. You can see the hilt is quite thin. It's also not that long. It's like a 1/2 hander. I didn't realize that. So it's not a really long hilt, and that's quite interesting as well. And we got some more pictures here. Oh, this is a nice picture. So here you can see it quite better. So it has like this kind of brass color on top of the grenade section. Oh, this is actually a really good picture. So this is supposed to be brass color. and then you have the emitter, and the tri ring is actually quite big in the cartoon. And you can see the long serrations here, very clear and exposed. They're weathered because he's been using a lot. So I think if you weather the edges a little bit, it's gonna look beautiful. Same with this. If you weather the outsides a little bit. So we got some comments. Beautiful hilt by Nick Woods. And for Roman's props, I get back to you, Growling Bear, in a moment. I like it, but I have my issues with Saberforge. Yeah, that's true. I have it too, and that's why I'm gonna do a review for you guys. I'm gonna showcase if it's a good product or not. So from what I've seen so far of the engineering, I think the hilt is constructed as like this. So we have this needle piece as a blade plug. Then we have a 1-inch emitter, which is around 1 inch deep. Then we have a tin neck section. This is an individual piece. You can see it's threading. It's threaded on top of the black piece. So we have the blade plug is one piece. This is the second piece. This is the third piece. This is one piece here. This is one solid piece for the tin neck, where the LED is in here. And then we have a separate piece. That is this piece. The control section piece is also a separate piece. And then we have the bottom piece. This here, which is the body piece, is also one single piece. This is either glued on top of it. This is probably glued on top of it, or it's held in place by a screw that is underneath this section here that holds both the control box and this this shroud piece onto the main body. And then we have the pommel, which is one single piece. Now we didn't see pictures of the bottom of the pommel, so at this point we don't know how the pommel looks from the bottom down. I mean, from the bottom it's all flat, but how the sound venting holes look like, we don't know that yet. But that will be interesting. But I think they did a quite nice job. The latching switch, if you buy in Warrior tier, is gonna blend in quite nicely. If you get a Champion tier or higher, or you do an install yourself with a momentary switch, then you can see it blends in pretty nice in there, nice and flat. It's well designed, well engineered. Gonna give them props for that. Yeah, it's aesthetically is definitely a pleasing looking hilt, and that's why I wanted to have it for my son, so we can do role playing together, and we're gonna have fun with that. That's gonna be really cool. Yeah, it's just a really neat little saber, little stubby little saber. I was surprised that they only have it at $150. I thought it's gonna be $200 as well, because a lot of the Elite Sabers are actually going towards the $200 range. So maybe this is just a temporary price for the early adapters, and then after a few weeks or months it goes to $200. You can see this is $200 already, and there's a whole bunch of other sabers who are also in the $200 range. 200, 200, so 200 here. So I can imagine that over time they're gonna increase the price to $200 as well for this hilt, because I can imagine this is quite a popular model. So I'm gonna do a comparison between this hilt from Saberforge and the one I ordered from Solo's Hold, this one. So I'm gonna do an in-depth comparison as well, and then of course you need to understand, guys, the Solo's Hold is a high-end milled, high quality hilt piece.
No, let me.
Okay.
I like this.
And the Saberforge one is just a cheaper alternative. It's a budget saber.
Come on.
Okay, let me help you. It's quite nice. It's definitely nice, but yeah. I mean, it's half the price of a Solo's Hold. So we're gonna see how well she will fare. I do a fair comparison, so I do have my bias about Saberforge. I kind of complain quite a bit of times about Saberforge, but I'm also quite honest. If it's good, it's good, and I will tell you guys. I'm not gonna say it's super shit or something. If it's good, it's good. I mean, that is what it is then. And I'm not out there I'm not out for blood trying to find everything to complain about. If I like it and it's good, then it's good. Of course, the quality and how it's constructed is important. But from what I can see now, I'm quite confident. I think it's gonna be quite good installation. I'm just wondered how this control section is held in place, because we all know that Saberforge glue in their AV switches and latching switches. So if this is glued in, I don't know how this thing is held in place, or this latching switch or momentary switch actually have a nut underneath in the inside of the hilt, and they hold the latching switch in place like that, and this whole piece here, this red piece here, is held in place because of pressure of the latching switch bolting into the hilt from the bottom in. That might be the way, or maybe they super glued it in place. We will find out, because I got it empty. I really want to open her up, see how it looks from inside, and then install the electronics. And looking forward to that. Pretty cool saber, really high polish. So hopefully Saberforge is actually going to deliver as what you see in the picture. And what they sometimes do is they have a new revision. They don't update the pictures on their Facebook page or on the website, and then you get slightly different products, which is not cool. So I'm very curious. I'm very interested in it. Kieran said you should do a video how much can a tin neck can take in terms of heavy dueling, etc. I might do that at some point. Of course, I don't get any. I don't get like these sabers sponsored, so I'm not gonna just destroy sabers that I paid from it from my own pocket. So I need to be a little bit cautious with that. One thing I also like about this hilt, from what I can see so far, is that this body section with these serrations here, with these horizontal bars, basically, I think that is all 1 mil piece. At least I hope it's from 1 mil piece alloy. If it's not, I will let you guys know. Knowing Saberforge, it might also be all glued in. That these pieces are all glued into a notch that has been carved out of the cylindric alloy piece here. I have no idea yet, but this definitely looks like one piece that been milled out.
You look, Mama asked you something.
Oh, almost done. So pretty good. Give me a second, guys, while you're looking at the saber. I'm so sorry, guys. We had some duties that I needed to do. Ah, yes. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, the 20% just ended. And guys, well, guess what I did? I just bought the lightsaber with the 20%. So I was like, I was looking at it, and I thought, you know what? I buy it now, and I took use of that 20% off, and it was actually quite nice, because normally Saberforge's discounts is only 15%. So in this case, I got 20% off of $150 empty hilt, which was quite nice. Question mark is saying, so I asked Phil if we could choose between the pencil tin emitter or the 1-inch one, but I got ignored per usual. So yeah, we got we got the 1-inch one, so it makes the overall hilt aesthetic looks a little bit fatter, but I can understand that, because Saberforge has their own products. They have their dueling sabers. They advertise their lightsabers as dueling ready lightsabers, so they have to stick to the 1-inch emitters in conjunction with the LED units they already have and the quackery LEDs. So for them, it's more of a no-brainer that they have to stick with 1-inch emitters. Hey, what else we got? So Basketball Mark, so hey, Rebel is not like exactly Ezra's lightsaber. If I Google, it looks different. Yeah, it's not exactly. It's a good resemblance. Like, it's a very good resemblance. The Solo's hold one is much more accurate to the cartoon series in terms of dimensions and whatnot. But the one from Saberforge is a nice representation of said characters, and that's with all their lightsabers, the Redeemer, the Oracle, etc, etc, etc. They're very decent looking lightsabers, They're close enough, and it's just a concession that you have to make because you only pay $150 for an empty hilt, and that is not too much, to be honest. There's definitely concessions made, like you have parts that are glued together or they're not designed very well. But I think with the last iterations, or recently we had the Dooku, and I could see there was a much higher quality of engineering placed in those lightsabers. So I think Saberforge is really listening to the community, and their lead design is really coming up with better ways to construct the lightsabers and still stay within the $150 range in terms of labor, development, and production costs. So I think he's very good at making the balance, and I think this hilt is a good example where I think it's a pretty decent design and a pretty decent construction. But again, you will see that once I have it. No, I order empty, guys. I don't want to burn my fingers literally and figuratively on Saberforge electronics anymore, because I'm personally not a big fan of their electronics and the way how they install electronics. So I get the empties, and I will install some simple stunt configuration probably for my son, so he can just toss it around, play with it. Hopefully it will spark more of his interest in lightsabers, especially when he has his own lightsaber that is built for him. That's gonna be cool. So yeah, I'm super stoked. I mean, my son having this one, and I use my my Kanan lightsaber from Solo's Hold. That would be really cool. Vet says I'm not really excited about the Saber Core 3.0. Johnny says, why the hell would they do that? Sorry, what? Do what? I don't know what we're talking about. What are we talking about? What is gross? I see, Johnny says, oh, that's gross. You mean the 1-inch emitter? I don't know what. But this is a really interesting conversation with you guys. I'm really appreciative. There isn't too much information. Oh yeah, about the emitter. Yeah. We just talked about that. It's a really cool saber. I mean, both the weathered version and the non-weathered version, they look pretty decent. I try to decipher more of the design here, so if you guys see anything, let me know in the comments. Now, one thing I noticed is that it looks like this control box here is actually tapered. You see how the black part here, it starts from a quite thick area and it tapers to a very thin, narrow piece. So it looks like it's the control section is even sunken here. So you have like a deeper socket where you can place your finger on. It looks like it's angled a little bit. So that's interesting. No, yeah, you could, guys. You actually could do that. Yes, you're right. If this is indeed a play plug, which I'm 100% sure, you could wire up the electronics yourself. Put the tricree on the bottom of this emitter. Put the lens on top of it, which is very normal for any KR core band kit, for example. If you get a KS4 or if you get a Romance props, most of the time you'll put the electronics directly in the emitter, like the LED unit, without an heatsink, because there's not much space. So that could be done. That's a good one. I will see if I can actually pull that off, and that would. First of all, it will give a lot more brightness, but it makes the emitter even more shallow, because there's even less space in this emitter for the blade then. So that will be a little bit of an issue. Take care, Johnny. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I mean, let's see if we can find some more details about this lightsaber. So, do you guys think this will be an ASP offering as well? Or will this be a just an own design that you only can buy through the regular Elite line? I don't know if this is. You guys think this is a timing shim? This looks a little bit like a timing shim here. This edge, so it might be actually be something that will be offered as an ASP saber as well. I don't know. That's always what I try to do. Decipher how the hilt is made, and then based on that, checking out if it's worth to buy the hilt. Especially with Saberforge sabers, you want to investigate a little bit before you're gonna spend the money on it, because you don't wanna burn your fingers on buying an expensive hilt, which then is a piece of posh. Here I don't know if this is timing shim though. Maybe it's just some shadow. And the high polish looks really nice though. It's quite nice. What is the overall length of this hilt? That's a good question. Let's go to the best Facebook group on Facebook, the Lightsaber Club. Haha. If you're not a member yet, please join. It's the most fun custom lightsaber collecting group on the Facebook. Saberforge. So let's go to Saberforge, and let's see if they have some more information for us, because I actually don't know anything about the dimensions as of now. Yeah, that is quite typical. There is no information about the dimensions or whatsoever, so we don't know. Okay, Crusher Mac, I'm gonna answer your question now. So I've asked like 3 times already. Can you use the blade of the Wonderforce Darksaber with your other Darksaber you have? No, you cannot. Why? Because the Darksaber from the Pach store has a flat emitter, like it's squared off. The one from Kaizen Saber is like your traditional lightsaber. It has a round emitter, so it will not fit. Cannot. Nope, cannot. And Chris Max says it looks complicated for a ASP. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right. You know why it cannot be an ASP? Because you have this emitter section, which is normally an ASP part. Then you have this tin neck section, unless this is the emitter. If they sell it as an ASP part, they probably gonna. Oh, come on, give me the goddamn picture. They're gonna probably sell this as the emitter by ASP. So this is the emitter, one piece, and then this is your control section, and this is your body and pommel. So yes, huh? Okay, no eat anymore, please. Don't eat it. No. You get too much candy. Anyway, there was also an question from Growling Bear. Here, you can sit. You wanna stay here? Say hi. No. Growling Bear was asking. Oh, you wanna sit with me? Go shit. No more candy. No more candy.
I will not get it.
Okay, just hold it then. So Growling Bear was asking something about. Dude, don't do it. That's so not cool. Sorry, let me go up. Ground Bear is asking, hey man, I want a Romance Graph Flag. Is that a good choice in terms of accuracy? Yeah, it's definitely very good choice. Very good choice. But I don't think this actually acts. You think this will have a hidden recharge port? I don't think so. No, I don't think that's. Well, you never know with Saberforge. No, it doesn't. This control section does not look like it's gonna slide out like backwards, like on the Prodigal Son or on the Redeemer, because it looks like it's actually inside, embedded, sunken in this control section. So I don't think it's gonna be. Don't eat too much Mentos.
Give me one.
No, you eat too many Mentos already. You go poop. You go poop Mentos.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you're not.
No, we're not.
Okay, last one.
I want 2 of them.
Okay, so Vat says...
Two of them.
Myla, Kaula,
Yeah.
Mosik, okay? Last one. Okay. Vat van Nu says, I think it's I think it's Magnetted.
Goodbye, guys.
Take care. I don't know. How are you gonna peel it out of the control section then? I don't think so. I think it's just an aesthetic piece. I don't know, guys. I just... thinking out loud, of course. I know as much as you guys, so we can. Yeah, it might be. It definitely does look like it's a separate piece. So this whole piece here, that looks like an individual piece, and then this squared control box is also an individual piece. So maybe it is. Maybe it is a hole in place with magnets. I don't know Saberforge actually go that far. I don't think so. They never had anything with magnetics, I think. I don't think so, to be honest. But it looks like a nice streamlined saber. Nice for cosplay, nice for dueling. Like dueling, I guess. But it looks cool. It looks nice. It looks cool. It looks clean. And that is something that's the appeal from Saberforge. They always come out with affordable, good-looking hilts aesthetically. If they're well designed, that we don't know yet. But it's a mixed bag. But Elite Sabers is always a mixed bag. But I think they're steering towards different direction where they're getting into higher end, well, better produced and engineered hilts. I think that is the direction they're going to there. Phil said it was hidden there. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mac. I had no idea. So apparently this will house the recharge port. Interesting. Well, let's see if that's magnetic. Then yeah, interesting. Maybe you can just lift it up, lift this piece up, take it out, and then recharge it. Interesting design. We will see. Some people were asking on the forums, will this be a limited hilt? I think it will be a limited batch, so this will be an initial batch. Like they had the same with the Saberforge the Count. The Count was available for a time, it sold out, and I believe it's still sold out, and they will restore it maybe early next year. I think, yeah, it's available. Oh wait. Currently only available for pre-order. So okay, the Count is currently sold out, but if you go to the Adept, I think it's ready for purchase and direct shipping to you. Yeah, it doesn't have that. So there's an X amount of these Adepts available now for order, and then if you're a little bit too late, then you just wait a month or so or 2 months and they will be back in store. They will restock these for sure. The site says magnetic. Okay, if you guys have the link to that, I would love to see it because I didn't see the information about it. But now I got me wonder, right? So we got Ashra's lightsaber, we got Count Dooku's lightsaber. Both are very new parts. They're made out of new parts. They're non-ASP parts that were on the market already. These are all new design parts. For the Dooku as well. So I wonder, are they backing out of ASP again and going towards the one piece, not one piece, but dedicated designed Elite Sabers that, for example, like this saber. This is only Elite Saber. You can only buy it as an Elite Saber. You cannot buy it as parts for ASP, for example. Like the Dooku. Do you guys think they're going back from ASP back to this kind of Elite Sabers? That they decided from a business perspective, the ASP line is fun, we keep it on the side, but their main focus will remain on making these Elite Sabers. And if so, now we have Ashra's lightsaber, will we see the Rebel back, which is basically Saberforge's Kanan Jarrah's lightsaber, which is basically this hilt, which they had in the past. Then it went away. It came back in ASP, but only a few parts. The rest of the parts were not available in ASP, so you could never belt the same Rebel hilt anymore. So I'm just wondering, now they have the Ashra hilt, will the Kanan Jarrah's hilt come back? Will they even make a Dark Saber? Will they make more Star Wars Rebels hilts? Or will they just make this hilt and they go off to another canon hilt? Because they seem to be focusing on canon hilts like the Dooku, like Ashra's saber, which are less frequently made by other saber companies. So I think they're going into the direction of creating new hilts for canon characters that are not being sold as many as you would like to see. Like, for example, for the Count Dooku, there's only a few companies making them. Crush Max says the Rebel will be unvaulted. OT has been announced already. Okay, now here we go. I learned something new. Thanks a lot, Crusher Mac. So we're gonna get the Rebel back. That's cool. Maybe I pick up the Rebel as well, do in comparison with the Solos holds. But to be honest, I on purpose bought the Solos hold because dimensions and the accuracy of Kanan's hilts, because I'm a big Kanan Jarrus fan. I love Kanan here, Jarrus, and I want to have the most accurate, the most the best of the best I can get, and that is with Solo's Hold, and that's why I really want to get this saber. So I bought 2 of them. One as a display piece that I just leave unpainted in this exact configuration, just shelf it up. Another one will be installed by so-called sabers, Eugene, and powder coated and whatnot, and gonna get a nice soundboard in there and blah 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 blah. So that will be my belt hanger, my playing saber. Interesting. That is good news though, because a lot of people are looking forward, to get their hands on the Kanan Jarrus lightsaber from Saberforge, because that is the price point. Like, this is a good price point, $150. There are trade-offs. It's not of the best. It's a very decent looking hilt. It's not 100% accurate, and a lot of people buying into these sabers from Saberforge because the price point. And that is for a lot of people. I think for the majority, that is enough. That's good enough for them. For me and some of you guys, like the purists, they're very anal about details. Yeah, for those kind of guys, there's a niche for these expensive sabers, for example, from Solo's Hold, which are much higher end, smaller quantities, but also much higher price, basically more than double the price. But for us, we look for certain aspects, and it's worth to us to pay double. And for the majority, this is more than fair enough, and that's why both Saberforge and Ultra Sabers are doing so well. No, I did not. And it's gonna be a painful day when that is going to light, when that news comes up. Then I will, yes, it's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be a true shit show, I can tell you that. Yeah, but yeah, I bought it for my son, right? It's for my son, so I say, hey, it's for my son. Yeah, you guys know it's I mean, but it's so difficult, guys. I see this hilt, I'm like, wow, really? Saberforge make an Ashra saber? I need to get one, and I just need to get one. Like, there's no concession, there's no time frame. You cannot just wait 2-3 months. You know, you never know what happened in Saberland. Maybe they're gonna, like the Rebel, the Saberforge Rebel. It's only out for a few months, suddenly off the market again, and then I have to buy it secondhand from some scrummy guy that tries to sell it for double the price or whatnot. Not me. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get to beat up, ding up secondhand saber for double the price. Forget it. Yeah, no, true. So yeah, that was basically the news, guys. That was the video. I wanted to bring out that news. And hey, Darth Revan, I'm very curious if anybody who's watching this live or watching offline, if they're gonna get this Saberforge Adept saber, and if you do so, in what kind of configuration are you get it? Either weathered, standard, or maybe one of the many Saberforge effects they have, like powder coating or shattering effect. What kind of tier you're gonna get from Saberforge, or warrior or empty hilt, and champion tier or hero tier, and if you get it empty, what you're gonna install it into it. I'm very curious about that. I'm sorry, after this stream about the new Saberforge Adept, I will do some live gaming stream as well, guys. So if you guys wanna continue the conversations, we will do that in the gaming stream. But for now, I want to keep the video specifically for the news about the Saberforge Adept, without too much conversation creep about other subjects, because whoever is gonna watch this offline maybe a year from now thinks, what the hell is going on? This guy's rattling for an hour over one saber, and then he's jumping onto this and this and this and that. That will be a messy thing to look at, so I want to fixate on this particular news. So I'm very happy with this news. I see a lot of people are anticipating this hilt, and yeah, my body's ready for it. Bring it on. I'm ready for it, and my son is gonna love it for sure. Hopefully after a week he's not bored with it. And even so, then I just take it back and I play with it.
This is hands up.
Oh,
Hands
you got
up.
it.
This is a.
Okay, show it. So
This is a banana gun.
this is something, a little teaser for you guys. I'm gonna do an unboxing video update later today and a full review. This is something I got from a very good friend of mine,
We
John
made that video.
from Saberforge, all the way from Philippines. So guys, be ready for it. I'm a big Asher fan, and my son actually want to play a lot with this, but this is my collectible. But he want to play with it.
You
So
push this button, and you push it. The gun will fire out.
yes, so he you know, the Asher lightsaber is gonna do very well with him. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Stay scummy. Bye bye.
If you lose the bullet,
Say bye bye.
bang.